Good morning, Clark Middle School. It's me, Mrs. Vickers. It's our very first social emotional learning lesson, and you may have heard me before call it character ed, but I'm moving more towards the appropriate social emotional learning because I want you all to get used to and comfortable with that everyone needs to take care of their emotional health, and it's always important to practice our social skills. Everyone needs an opportunity to do that. So you'll hear me use SEL or social emotional learning a lot, and that's what the Best Me with Mrs. V is going to do. So I just want to let you know why I might be calling it something a little bit different. But before we get started today, I am going to tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name is Mrs. Vickers, or a lot of students call me Mrs. V. This is my 5th year here at Clark Middle School. Before that, I taught elementary school. And so some of you may know me from Tecumseh Harrison. I did teach there for many years. And I have 2 kids. I have a daughter, Emily, or she likes to be called M, and she's 21. And my son is a senior, Eric. He's a senior over at Lincoln High School, so that's exciting for us this year. So what do I do here at Clark Middle School? First of all, I'm here for you. I want you to have the best experience, the best day each day that you can have at Clark Middle School. So how I can help you is different for each one of you. So I'm here to help you make decisions for your academic path. I help make sure your schedule is fulfilling the grade level requirements, but also that your interests and individual needs. So I want to help you find something that interests and challenges you, which might be something extracurricular or something in your schedule, but I strive for your day to reflect who you are. I'm a really good listener, so I'm here if you need someone to listen to share something about maybe you're struggling with an issue with a friendship, or you want to even just share some good news. I'll be here to celebrate with you. This is Hayden, and I enjoy seeing you and listening to what is going on in your life. I'm also here to teach SEL, which I just talked about, and challenge you to be the best version of you that you can be each day. I'm here when you make a decision that is not the best you and need a little help with problem solving or decision making. And I'm also here to celebrate you when you do make those positive choices. If you just remember that I am here for you, and then whatever you're needing, I will try to help you. Of course, I don't have that magic wand, but I will try to do whatever I can to help you with whatever you need. So let's answer some questions that I've had from students already, and so maybe that will answer some of your questions. So let me look at some of these questions I've had. I've been writing them down because I thought, well, if they're having the questions, maybe more students are having those questions. So what if I want to come see you, or I need to come see you? Well, there's a couple different ways that you can do that. You can email me yourself. You all have email accounts. You can email me. You can ask a teacher to email me, or you can also go on Google Classroom, and I have a sign-in Google form there. So I always have that sheet up. I check it often, but remember, if it's something that's an emergency or needs immediate attention, please let an adult know so they can get a hold of me, okay? Because I do my very best to get with you as soon as possible, but sometimes things arise. I need to be somewhere else quickly, and so I want to make sure that you know that I will get to you absolutely as soon as possible, but if it's something that needs immediate attention, please let an adult know. That Google form is great because it just comes directly to me. So if you're wanting to talk to me about something that you're not really wanting others to know, you don't really want to tell somebody else, then make sure you can fill out that Google form, okay? What if I get a pass to come see you and I didn't ask for an appointment? Could I be in trouble? That might sometimes why does Mrs. Vickers want to see me? Well, there may be lots of different reasons that I've asked for you to come see me or talk to me. And I am not somebody that you're going to come and get in trouble with. I'm here to help, and I'm here to help you. So one thing might be that I just need to talk to you about your schedule. Maybe I want to check in with you about something we talked about previously and just check in with you and see how that's going. Maybe I need to pass on a message from a parent or a teacher, or maybe I just want to say, I noticed that you did something really kind to somebody else, and I wanted to let you know I appreciate it. Even if I talk to you about an issue that maybe you're having with a classmate, say at lunch or in the classroom or whatever it might be, doesn't mean you're in trouble. Because learning how to talk out differences or problems you have with a friend or a classmate, well, that's just part of growing up. And that's what I'm here to do, help you learn and practice those friendship and social skills. Is what I say in your office just between you and me? Yes, what you say in my office is confidential, which means just between you and me, and I won't tell anyone else that you don't give me permission to tell, but there are some exceptions that I want you to be aware of. So if someone is hurting you, or you are worried that you're going to hurt yourself or someone else, then I need to get you the help that you need and deserve. So in those kinds of cases, I would definitely need to let somebody know that can help us help you. Okay. So those were my main questions. If you ever have any more questions, feel free to email me or send me a message in Google Classroom. I'd be happy to answer any more questions. As you can see, I'm wearing a positive message shirt. It's Monday. Well, I'm recording this on a Monday. So every Monday I wear a positive message shirt just to get us started the week out in a positive way. So I encourage you to join us on Mondays to wear a shirt with a positive or kind message. I would love to see them. One question I've been getting asked a lot by the 7th and 8th graders is, am I going to be doing trivia again? Because they know that the Best Me is just a little bit different this year. So since I keep getting that asked over and over, I have a strong interest in the trivia. I will be doing the trivia again, and I'll be working with the morning show on figuring out how the best way to get that trivia question to you soon. So look next week for the first trivia question, okay? And for those of you who don't know, the trivia question winners always get a prize. It might be a kindness coupon, which means you get a free lunch treat of your choice in the cafeteria. And I might have a few other things this year, so look for those, and I'll announce those soon. So, all right, that's just a little bit about me and what I do here at Clark. So now we're going to move on to the social emotional learning, this SEL lesson for today. And we are going to do normally like we usually do. I'm going to do an introduction to the lesson, give you some information about the lessons or the topic that we're going to talk about, and then in your class you will have the opportunity to do some of the activities that I have planned for your classroom. So we'll just see how it goes. You may not get through all the activities, but in your Google Classroom, I will always include any videos, activities, websites, etc. in there so that you can check them out whenever you can, and I hope you do. I hope you can find some things that are worthwhile and that you can use later. Today our focus is going to be on your brain, okay? So today I'm going to kind of talk about your brain and why it's good to know how your brain works, because it can help us when we're trying to figure out those emotions and feelings and how to kind of help regulate ourselves. And if we know how the brain works and how we get to that where we're kind of flipping our lid, which is what we're going to talk about today, then it can help us, before we flip our lid, kind of see where we are at and let people know what we need and how to help ourselves, because it's all about, finding those coping skills or recognizing it in ourselves, what is happening with our bodies, with our brains, with our emotions, and what we can do to help regulate ourselves, okay? So I'm going to use a hand model of the brain today because I like visuals, and it can kind of help you understand how your brain works. So if you think about your brain, so this is the base of your brain, okay? This is your spinal cord coming up into your brain stem. And your brain stem's, responsible for those basic things, just like keeping your heart beating, the basics, like keeping your heart beating, your breathing. So those are what your brain stem's responsible for. Okay, so and here is the midbrain, and that is the amygdala is involved in that. So the amygdala is right here. Okay, so we're going to think of the thumb as the amygdala. And the amygdala is responsible for sensing danger, those big emotions and feelings, and sensing danger and telling us, like, we need to either, if you heard of, we've talked about fight, flight, freeze, and I'm going to talk about another one today, fawn. So the amygdala can sense that and tell us, do we need to fight? Right? Do we need to fight? So do we need to get those big emotions out? Do we need to yell? Do we need to have that anger? Or do we flight? That's where a lot of that anxiety is, and that panic kind of feeling. We're unable to sit still sometimes during that flight response. Or maybe we freeze, and that's often characterized by spacing out. just kind of sitting there, dozing off, looking around, because you just don't know what to do with those feelings. You maybe want to be alone because you don't know where to go with them. And then there's another one called fawn, and that one is kind of a people-pleasing response. So if you've ever, when there's crisis or there's conflict or big emotions are filling up in you, there's something going on and you're starting to feel, and if you've ever kind of wanted to avoid the conflict or people please, or you have trouble saying, you always want to say yes to when people ask you to do things and you have trouble saying no, that's a fawn response. So those are some different responses that you can have when you have those big emotions, you have the conflict coming up, something big is going on and your emotions are starting. Okay, so here your fingers are like the prefrontal cortex. Okay, this is the part of the brain that helps us manage those emotions. So it's kind of hugging that amygdala. Okay, it's making it feel all secure and good, and that helps manage our emotions. It keeps it all calm and helps with our complex decisions. Okay, so when you're facing that danger or intense emotional overwhelming feelings start to come and you feel kind of stressed and things are happening and you don't know really what to do, your amygdala kind of makes your prefrontal cortex go so it kind of, that's when what we call kind of flipping your lid. So that amygdala is getting really emotional. It's intense, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn is happening, and it flips your lid. Okay, and that's when we can't make those really thoughtful decisions, those good decision-making skills or problem-solving skills when we're very upset. Okay, so when we flipped our lid and our prefrontal cortex we're not going to be able to make those decisions like we want to. Okay, it's hard to reflect and connect. So what's good is when we're right like this and our brains are all regulated, we're calm, knowing what emotions we're feeling and naming those and telling others how they can help us before it gets too much and that amygdala goes offline, okay, and flips our lid, we can help prevent that flipping our lid. So think about some of those emotional words, those words that can help you. Instead of just saying I'm angry, think about what physically you feel like that go along with being angry. So if you all of a sudden feel clenched, if you feel tight, sometimes you will crunch your shoulders up, your face is kind of clenched, you're feeling maybe sweaty, that can be when you're angry. So knowing that you're feeling like that when you're angry, so notice when you're angry, what are the feelings that are happening in your body, so that you know, oh, I'm getting angry, I know what kind of emotion is coming on. If you are feeling maybe just kind of still, relaxed, you're kind of daydreaming a little bit, everything seems calm, then you have that, those feelings and you're calm and you're regulated. Maybe you're jittery, maybe you're kind of shaking a little bit, or you feel trapped, or your palms are clammy or sweaty, you're a little bit shaky or jumpy. Those physical feelings can be attributed with being scared. So think about when you do have those emotions, how is your body feeling? So that you can recognize those, because once we recognize how we're feeling and we can express what we're feeling, sometimes that's not easy. Sometimes people will say, how are you feeling right now? And you're like, I don't know, but I'm shaking. Well, that's not how you're feeling, that's how your body is reacting. But what does that mean? Well, I'm nervous, or I'm anxious. Maybe you feel just weighted down, heavy. Well, what if you're saying, well, I feel heavy or weighted down? Oh, because I'm sad right now. So knowing how your body feels when you're having those emotions can be very powerful and can help you before your amygdala gets too overwhelmed and you flip your lid. And that's when you're flipping your lid, that maybe sometimes when you say something you shouldn't have, or you regret later, or you do something that you wish you hadn't. You react in a certain way instead of waiting and thinking about it and responding. So it's really important to be able to name those feelings. And then once you do, once you know your feelings and what it can do and how your body will react and how you will, how that can cause you to flip your lid, then think about, okay, what can I do to help myself in that situation? How can I relieve that stress, or use a coping skill? What kind of coping skills do I already have and use that work well, or what kind of coping skills do I still need to work on or find to help me in those certain situations? So it's important to kind of think through those. In Google Classroom, I had just a few. There's so many, and I have lots and lots of great coping strategies that I can work with you to figure out which one, or which 1, 2, 3 work for you, and maybe they're in different situations. But this list has some great ones. Deep breathing, I always talk about deep breathing. That can do wonders for you. That slowing down your breath for just a minute, taking those deep, slow, calm breaths, can really calm down your amygdala and make you feel calmer. Okay, listening to music works for some people, and it can be relaxing. Definitely try to get more sleep. Most of us don't get enough sleep, and that can always help your mood, and it just helps you be better equipped, your brain be better equipped to respond to any difficult situations that might arise. Make sure you're eating a healthy diet, and just think about all the different other strategies that you already use and share them with each other. Remember, social emotional learning, it's important that we all think about our emotional health and well-being, and help each other and check in with each other and ask how you're doing. We have a lot of things, different things going on right now that we haven't had to deal with before, and so it's important that we check in with each other and see how each other's doing, and give each other an opportunity to say, you know what, I really need to talk about this, or how do you feel about this? It's good to kind of see, and then if you don't know the answer or you can't help the person, it's always great to get help them find someone, an adult, that can help them with working out whatever they might need to work out. So I hope that the hand model of the brain, you can visualize that, and it can help you decide how you're feeling, what causes those feelings, what causes you to maybe flip your lid, and what you can do to help yourself name those feelings so you know what's going on within your own body, and what can you do, what kind of coping skills can you have, or practice or try to help keep yourself calm and regulated. And if you don't, and you do flip your lid, remember, take a deep breath and reach out and tell somebody, I'm having a tough time right now, and we will help you. Okay, we want to know how we can help you. I hope everyone has a great week. If you need me, please let me know. I love seeing everybody, and if there's anything I can do to help you, I will be there to help. Have a great day. Bye-bye.